and I just might make it work. I just might make it after all. Just might rise above the hurt. And though I suffered quite a fall, but I have to get a grip and hold on to it like a vice. Have to face the fallen chips. I just might make it.
It's showtime!
I just might.
Welcome to our wonderful show, which celebrates all the wonderful things of musicals. Today is our very first ever episode, and we are going to be, well, let's just say, the musical we are going to be focusing on today in the spotlight this time is going to be 925. Okay, so in each show, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the musical and the principal cast involved. So, the 9 to 5, the musical, tells the story of 3 women pushed to boiling point by their sexist and egotistical boss, concocting a plan to kidnap and turn the tables on their despicable supervisor. Will the ladies manage to reform their office, or will events unravel when the CEO pays an unexpected visit? Inspired by the iconic 80s film and brought to you by Dolly herself, this hilarious West End production is about teaming up, standing up, and taking care of business. So some of our principal book characters include Violet Newsty, Judy Bartley, Dolly Rose, Rod Keefe, Franklin Hart, and Joe. Okay, so I've told you a little more about the show now. I would now like to tell you a bit about some of my favourite things from the show. Now, chances are I might reference in this little segment some of my favourite musical numbers or characters from the show. That's fine. We have got segments where we're going to do that coming up, but they're going to be sort of more ideally. I want to do them more in more detail. This could be just a little quick reference, so it could be something you can pay attention to for each segment, later segments coming up in the show. So let's try and do a brief summary of some of the things I liked about this show. I really loved straight away the opening number, which is kind of brilliant, because if you ever go, you will notice on the stage that we've got the logo, of course, the clock. That literally sort of just rings straight away. It's sort of like a bolt jump. That's what I love. What I love in musical is how the opening number, it just goes. It's just all bang crescendo. It's all like it just jumps you out of your seat. But it's like, okay, you're ready. It's go time now. Let's just have fun. Even though we are gonna have fun at West End, but let's just go for it. Go have fun. So the clock. Well, and it shows a Dolly, and you're like, oh my god, Dolly Parton! And she kind of gets involved. It's like she's telling us a little bit about our story and introduces us all to the characters. It's great. It all helps us a little bit more. That I love. Obviously everyone knows 9 to 5. It's brilliant how in all different characters get a little bit of the song as well, and replicate to what their role is going to be in the show. That's great to start off with. And just straight away you can tell how all these girls vibe for each other. It's just amazing. Judy's a bit ditzy when you first sort of meet her, but then she obviously let's not do that ditzy. She eventually, as she says herself, grows a backbone. Violet's a bit stern, I think, to begin with. And I think it takes the whole musical to sort of mellow all that. She's one of those people who like, whenever you see her in a nice moment, she'll be like, you did not see that. You did not see me do that. I've got a presentation to make, you idiot. You did not see that. Because even at one bit, you actually go, like, you're so nice, but she just looks like, that's like, by the way, look, I got a taste of you, kid. Oh, and Dolly. Oh, poor, sweet isn't Dolly. I love how, because with Dolly, she's describing all the different characters, when she talks about Dolly, it's always like she's talking about herself. Which is kind of funny because, I think Dolly does remind me of Dolly. Maybe that is what Dolly would be if Dolly was here in the show. Maybe, yeah. Oh, but poor Dolly. Most of the office workers, the office guards, should say, they're not very keen on her. It's kind of like they're sort of judged her by the cover of her book rather than what she is as a person. Also not helpful what Hart's been saying about her as well. Speaking of it, God, some of the vulgar things that he and Ross do in the show just really do creep me out. It's like, there are moments where you actually think, oh, I don't know where to look. But it does but in a way, it also provides a little bit of comical moments, doesn't? Because that's why I love how there's a lot of comedy in this show. You know, it's to do with some sort of actual it's kind of actual comedy. It's sort of funny. You do end up laughing, even though you might not find it very funny in real life, but you sort of can't help laugh carefully. Brilliant. But yeah, so colourful, so playful. I've got a lot of favourite numbers from this show, and a lot of them happen in the first act, like the opening number around here. It is a great opportunity to sort of get the hang of what it's like because they did also build the audience. Back with Barbie, put Dolly. That's a brilliant number for Dolly, which just lets us just stand there and just goes, well, this is what I actually am. She actually does realise that, their workers are not really keen on her, but that's a great number for Dolly. That's a brilliant number when all the girls just harmonise to this. That's brilliant. Only this little Violet's little fantasy, which of course sets the whole plot where it's like talk about the rat thing and everything. I really find it funny how literally the next moment it actually happens in real life without Violet realising it. The way she runs it, it's brilliant. But they had a little song before that called Hey Boss, which is just brilliant. And it's also the guys to literally just let it rip and the truth is him noticing. Oh, and Charlotte and Son's brilliant. Because the way it ends, the first act, is how they've got, it's almost like they might succeed in their plan. They might overpower what's the right word we could use for Hart that can actually say here? Their sexist and egotistical boss will say that. They've finally got back on the seat and they leave him dangling there. It's brilliant because when the act's when he's dead, the lights will go up ready for interval. And then it's like, he's just left there dangling. And the curtain just goes. And what's brilliant is how you're left with the impression, oh, is he going to leave there for the whole interval while we all go have a nice little ice cream? I'm sure it's got to come down. But by the second act starts, curtains up. And oh look, he's still dangling away. And then we have to go, no. And Dolly's back to reset the scene. That's a brilliant way to end Act 1 and start Act 2. And some of my other favourite moments from Act is how the ending when Osley basically just had to go out and just basically say, look, this is what happened. This is what really happened and everything. And of course, that's brilliant because how Dolly ends just, mentions now basically where each of the girls, the characters are now at the end of the show, at the start. But one of my brilliant numbers from second act, which I should mention, is Get Out and Stay Out. It's a brilliant number. I think it's our last number of the whole production. It's absolutely a brilliant number because Judy just goes there. It's a big moment, and oh boy, does she make the most of it. It's absolutely a stunning number to end our musical numbers. Brilliant. Yeah, so that's me just giving you a quick little thoughts about my favourite things from the show. As I mentioned, I might end up in this part of the show, I might end up mentioning some of my favourite characters and musical numbers. That's okay, it doesn't matter too much to do that, because in the next segments I'm going to go in further detail about them. So it doesn't matter if on this part of the show when I talk about the things I like, it doesn't really matter if I bring those up, because I've got 2 segments planned where I'm going to go in further detail about those particular things. So it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. Yeah, so that is just some of my little favourite things there from. Okay, so the next 2 segments we got on the show are going to be quite tricky, because it's all about my favourite musical numbers and my favourite characters, which is always so hard to pick, especially for the show. Oh, so do I want to run me through all the numbers? No, I don't know. That's a good idea. Yeah, maybe for musical numbers, maybe I should try and what we should do is maybe choose my favourites from both acts. Yeah, that could be easier, you know. Because for me, when it comes to music, it's always hard for me to try and say expand on whether or not I like something or not. When it comes to me and a piece of music, I always say whether I like it or I don't like it, and I never find a way to expand further because it's just so hard to put into words. I mean, I'm more about the performing, not than later the talking. But we can maybe give it a go. So yeah, so some of my favourite musical numbers from the opening act. So let's run through the numbers we've got in the opening act. So we've got 9 to 5 around here. Here for you. This is my backwards Barbie. And heart to heart and shine like the sun. Ooh, a lot of those numbers I really love. Ooh, hard to pick a favourite. The other thing's really great because obviously if you've ever been, you know it's the logo in the middle of the clock, and Dolly's face appears out. It's like, oh my god, it's Diaper! He also gets involved in it, kind of explains a bit more of the character, so it's really great because it helps set up the scene. So that's a great first number. And obviously, I always look at the first one we go to meet our character straight away. Around here, I look at business and the bumbleness of it. Getting to explore what it's like being consolidated, which clearly is not quite joyful. Backwards Barbie. Oh, Dolly. I do love Dolly. I feel that all the others in the office don't try to treat her right. And it's an opportunity for her to just kind of, you know, breaking her down for, you know, just lay her heart on the line, just say, you know, yeah, what you might see is not really what I get. That's the one. Oh god. I can't say I like any of Mr. Franklin or other none of the news mods. Like I say, just literally, I don't know where to look because it's a bit, because they both say numbers. In heart here for you and heart they sexual. They sometimes it get a little bit too. It's when you watch. It's like when you watch the whole thing. Can anyone want tea? A coffee? Soda? What about soda? It's like, don't know where to look. Yeah, something like that. It's not good. Oh, just Mike's another great number. Because again, you've got all 3 girls. And it's a beautiful song. Because they've all got their own strides and troubles. And I do love, and it all comes together. All the harmonies are brilliant, and the ending's brilliant. You know, with start at the start, because that's obviously it's the end of the act, and they literally are about to get. They've got the boss, they've got in captain, and they're just literally leaving there dangling. And the end of the number is brilliant because you go into the intermission being, oh, he's not still there, and then the cut comes back to, oh, still there. Oh, so Act 1 is really hard. I think Act 2 is a bit easy for me to pick my favourites. Because for me, there's one time second and act number 2. Oh, but act 1's so hard. It's my show, so I can technically do whatever I like. I think about act 1, because I can't really pick a particular favourite from act 1. I'll give you. If I had to pick 3, I'll pick. it would be, not in this order by the way. Backwards Barbie. I just might, and around here. That was my 3 favourites from the first act. That's not in that order, by the way, so I'll let you guys try to work out which one I say the top 3. Act 2 is a little more easy for me, because obviously you've got not many numbers in Act 2. You've got World of Boys, 5 to 9, Change It, Let Love Grow, and then obviously Get Us Down, which of course for me is my favourite of the whole second act. But yes, so World of the Boys is quite good because obviously Violet's big number. She's very excited about could she be the female CEO? What it'd be like how she goes like, oh, that's me, World of the Boys, and all. It's a real big jazz number then. For us, 5 to 9. As if we didn't need to be reminded more about how much Roz is infatuated, by the way, with Mr. Hart. There you go. Change is quite a good one because it's like the whole the 3 girls trying to get the rest of the office, to sort of go with the flow, even though they can't know why. But yeah, obviously trying to make the office look more better. Let Love Grow, yeah, well, those sappy little love songs, isn't it, where the man's desperate to always get her attention, but she's never going to bring it back. And then Get Us Out. What a powerful number to finish the ensemble. And it's brilliant for Judy. Just stands there and just has them take it. Absolutely. Get Us Out, that's my favourite act number from the second act. So, yeah. So, hey, not bad. What do you think for the first show? This and the next segment is going to be so hard because I've got to pick favourites, and it's so hard to do because there's so many different things to go, oh yeah, go with that one, but yeah. So, but I think musical numbers is going to be more harder to do than characters. Characters might be able to do it. Musical numbers, they're always going to be hard, but yeah. So yeah, not too bad, on our first show, I think. No, I'm not ready for this segment! Oh my god! Oh, sorry, I'm just already having a mental breakdown because of what this last segment is! Oh my god! Okay. So this last segment in each show, it's my opportunity to tell you about my favourite characters. However, this is oh my god! Oh, right. Hopefully more obviously shows we do, it'll be a lot easier, but today it's just been a real okay. So, favorite characters. This is gonna be really tricky to do. And I think the only fair way to do it is to just choose between the principal cast. So like the main players, so who I listed early in the show, and we talk about that little synopsis about the show. That I think is the only fair way to do it, and so you're not got a hold of me going, maybe not, because that's what this guy gonna be. Right. Okay. We can do this. It's fine. We got this. Okay. So, I think for me, straight away, Raz and Frankenstein, no. No. They're too vulgar for me. I'm sorry. They literally are. No. No. Straight no. What I love though is how you are made to hate them. That's very good. Normally with some cats in any shows, you don't pick it up straight away that you're supposed to hate them. This one does, so I give props to those two for making it clear to me that I'm supposed to not like them as much. But yeah, so those two, yeah, just no. So no. They're just some of the things they do in the show is just a bit too risque or a bit too vulgar. No. Right, so those two are out. What about Joe? Well, he's more of a lovesick pup, isn't he? You don't really see that much from him, do we? So, no. So, that leaves our leading ladies. Violet, Judy, and of course Dolly. Oh no, I can't choose between them. I can't. Oh bloody god. I can't. No, I can say bloody. That's fine. I can say that. Remember, this is also going to be podcast as well as a video, so but I can say that. Oh my god. I love all three of them. I love all three of them. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything that one of them does that makes me think, oh yeah, I like that one more than the other three? Probably not. No, I just do love all three of them. If I have to say who I felt for the most, I'd say I felt Dolly the most, because she just gets so misunderstood. Not because they all think of the way she looks and everything, but she's a completely different person than that. But it just takes a while to see it, and of course, obviously, because Hart told them to do that, but of course, it's not true. She does have one of those brilliant one-liners in the show, like particularly obviously when she now knows why everyone's treating her the way they are, and she just really that's brilliant. Violet. Well, Violet sometimes feels like it's sort of like hard working in stern, but as she says, there are sometimes where he's so nice, but of course, Violet's like, shh, we don't want to know that. We don't want anyone to know that. I've got a I can't say the word while whispering. I've got a reputation to maintain. There you go. So let's get it out, because I'm supposed to try to do the whispering as well. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Violet's quite good. And then obviously Judy. When she first comes on, it does feel like she's a bit ditzy and of course she's got no work experience. Because she's a young divorcee. What was it she said during I Just Might? How do you get replaced by a young girl when you're only 21? I'm like, girl, life's messed you up, hasn't it, Judy? Life's messed you up big. You're marrying at just 21. But again, it is based on the 9 to 5 film, which of course was set in the 80s. Maybe that was the kind of the thing back then. I don't know. But all three of them, Judy, Violet, Dolly, I do love all three of them equally. But oh no, I know he's thinking now. He's not going to pick. Don't worry. There are some musicals where I can actually go, yes, that one. You're the secret favourite. Don't tell the others. So in future episodes, I will be able to definitely go, yes, that character, that one, favourite. But love them more the rest. That one, yeah. This one I am absolutely struggling. Oh, okay. Right. I love all three girls equally. So Violet, Judy, Dolly. I love all three of them equally. But if you were to sort of strap me down in my chair and try and force me to pick one, I would have to say Dolly. Okay. Now that's not me definitely saying that's my favourite. I'm just saying you have to strap me down and force me to pick a name. Pick a name of our principal cast. That's who I would go with. Dolly. That's who I would go with. But technically, I love all three of the leading ladies. So Violet, Judy, and Dolly. I love all three of them equally. But for the sake of argument, and so we can get on with the show, the rest of the show, I should say, if you had to force me to pick one, I'd say Dolly. That's just for the purpose of you had to try and force me to pick one. So yeah, so Dolly. Well, hasn't this been fun? Showcasing my love for the musical 9 to 5. Well, I'm afraid that's all I've got time, folks. Thank you so much for joining me on this first ever show. And I cannot wait to showcase more of my favourite musicals with you. Until the next time, that's Showtime. Goodbye.
I suffered quite a fall. But I have to get a grip and hold on to it like a vice. Have to face the fallen chips. I just might make it, I just might.